Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Rob, thank goodness my vent guy's here. I might need vent advice, I might need vent things. Anyway, I'm going to get back to what is arguably the silliest spaceship I've ever built because it's got windmills on it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I gotta start tightening up for space, so things are going to happen. They're going to be fairly boring. Catonius, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to reinstall this right here, and then I'm going to put the research bench down here. We've got a couple of things going on, if anyone's getting caught up. Bertha's about to have a baby at any moment. Crimson, welcome, welcome, welcome. And there's a bunch of mechs that have figured out where we are. Oh, also Knife's been horribly shot after getting over his crippling genetic drug addiction. He's basically close to death. Apart from that, I think everyone's caught up at this point. Martin, welcome, welcome, welcome. We've made a bunch of baby food, which is good, because Bertha's kind of out for the count right now. When she has the baby, she may not be aware of it, because, she was shot while pregnant, third trimester pregnant, and I sent her into combat, because everyone contributes in my colony. Everybody contributes, and we're very hastily trying to get a freezer set up here. Speaking of vents, actually, Syrincha, welcome, welcome. Speaking of vents, we're very hastily trying to get a freezer set up here so we can leave. We've got mechs coming in 6 days, 7 hours, and I think we can cope with that. I think we can get kind of everything done that we want to get done for right now. There's some more food being made. No, you didn't miss the baby. The baby's coming at any moment. We're absolutely... Bertha, maybe don't go out hunting when you're going to have a baby like 2 minutes from now. You know what? I am no obstetrician. If you feel that's a healthy thing for you to be doing, you go jam that out, kid. Try to get back in a hurry, because mechs, baby, things of that nature. Just maybe saying this is a terrible idea. Stench is building my windmill on top of my spaceship, which is awesome. I just want to be very clear about that. This is awesome. All right, look at that. Got a windmill. It doesn't actually work because there's trees around it, but we can cope with that. We can cope with that part. Chimerno, welcome, welcome, welcome. Did I set up power for this? I did. This is all wired in. Spikeable Girl, welcome, welcome. Let's have, just because I really want to see how well this is going to work, let's just, don't mine things. That's a terrible idea. Could we just get some trees cut down from around here? And then maybe like those 2 trees. I don't know if anyone's going to have time to do that. What with the baby and all. Yeah, we are definitely naming the baby Harry Igor. That just goes without saying. Vandler, welcome, welcome. Hang on, there's not enough coffee in my face. 1 second. There we go, good. So the cooler is going up, so I can dismantle this cooler. And we'll just put a wall there instead, or a hull, really, I suppose, a hull. Knife, should you be up? Really? Should you be awake? Because you were shot like a bunch of times. What do I have everyone set at? Yeah, you should be at bed rest number 1. Okay, well, you know what, again, if you feel you're well enough to do that, apparently Bertha feels she's well enough to go hunting in her 3rd trimester. These are all going in. Super. Did I set these up? I did not. All right, so let's get this set up here. So nothing rotten. Meals, raw food, baby food, chocolate, blood, and pemmican. And make this critical, please. And then we are going to paste that along. So, how many shelves? Well, I put up a lot of shelves. Good for me. I'm glad when I do things. Put that up. There we go. Butchering table is getting put together. Let's just get that going. Get a bill going on that. So, butcher creature forever. Anything you want to do. And you can do entity corpses as well. Yep, entity corpses. And then I need a storage zone in here for the critters. It's all happening. It's all popping off around here, as the kids say these days. It's all popping off. No, don't put one out there. That's a terrible idea. Put one in here like this. And then this is going to be for, first of all, copy that. And then paste it to that. So yeah, paste. But then also add in corpses. So any animal corpses, mech corpses, or entity corpses. We won't bother putting the peoples in there. No, he did take it like a champ. He took that gunshot. He's like, I got this. I'm high. Finally, I am genetically dependent on psychite, and finally I am high again. I'll just go take a gunshot. No problem at all. Move the research bench in there. There's no reason to waste it. May as well take it with us. I mean, it doesn't take much to put it together, but there's no reason to waste that. So your problem is what? Yeah, blocked by a tree. Your problem is not that you don't work, it's that you can't work right now. And Stench, what are you doing? Great, you're building my other windmill. This is so exciting. I am very excited about windmill. Crimson, was that your idea? I feel like that was Crimson's idea, the windmill thing. And then we'll get going on solar power at some point, and then I'll just put solar panels in front and behind it and increase my power even more. If these work the way I want them to, which is generate enough power, basically, then I can deconstruct that wood-fired generator in there. Speaking of which, let's start dropping this down. Let's get that down. Yeah, -2. That sounds good. And then we, the thing I need to do is I need to get this hull in before we leave. We're here more permanently. No, we're out of here, Em. In 6 days and 1 hour. So in 6 days, I'm out of here. Yeah, we got to go. We got mechs coming, and we are not capable of defending against them right now. I've got plans for a more slightly permanent setup, especially if I find a nice map I like. Because right now, when we leave, this map is burned. It's gone. We can never come back to this exact place ever again. Stench just went up in construction. That's good. But I've got plans for that. To do that, we're going to need 5 advanced components. And some other stuff, but basically 5 advanced components to make a grav anchor. And that way we can actually return to this map again, but we can't do that right now. Advanced components are fidgety enough to come by as they are, and certainly not this early in the game, unless I get super lucky with a trader. No, we are jetting out of here. Here's my plan, Em. I know you're excited when I have plans. Em's sitting at home going, boy, I hope Dave has a plan. Well, I do. Good news for you, I do. Plan number 1 is to figure out what the heck this is, because I cannot click on it. It's a panel, but it won't let me click on it or delete it. I don't know if it's a glitch or a bug or whatever. The other thing I want to do is, I was going to say fill in that panel. It does kind of bug me. I don't know if it bugs me enough, though. It might bug me enough, because this actually could be a room of some sort. I am just going to put in just a panel. Just one panel, please, right there. So, back to my plan, Em. I know you're very excited. You're sitting at home going, what is Dave's plan today? Because I'm very excited about it. My plan is to get through Baby. That's really what I want. I want to get through Baby. Oh yeah, Crimson was the one who got the psychite. Yeah, Crimson basically saved Knife's life, really. Because Knife was seconds from death. Well, seconds from a coma, anyway. Seconds from death. Again, not really seconds from death. He had another 30 days before he was going to die. But once you're in a coma, you're basically useless. Dr. Avalanche, welcome, welcome. I know what dope hype and straight booty. It's all about geniusosity, Buzzkill. You are here for the live genius, Buzzkill. You're here because you will tell your descendants, I was there. I was there. When geniusosity was gifted to the world, I was there. I saw the modern Prometheus gift the world with geniusosity. I witnessed that live. So my plan, again, is Baby. First things first, Baby. In fact, now that I'm a little more settled, well, I say settled, I'd like that hull to go up before anything. I'd like to see Baby happen sooner rather than later. I don't know if there's any sort of accelerant for that. Again, not an obstetrician. Don't know how babies work, really. I mean, I understand how you get a baby. I'm just not understand anything after that. Like, I understand how the basic baby thing happens. I don't know what happens after that. Keep running out of panels because you're building like a regular base. That's the first trick, Rob. That's the first part of my brain that I had to rewire. It's a bit that is sort of like if you're inside your skull. It's okay. So pretend your right hand is drifting across your forehead, okay, towards the back of your scalp. It's to the right and about 2/3 back, and then drill there. Drill right there. I know that's not a very precise point, and if you mess it up, you've just given yourself a semi-lobotomy. But it's about there. So that's the first part I rewired, is space. I don't have space here. I have to be far more space efficient than I have ever been in my life in RimWorld. You guys know me. You're not new here. I build people huge bedrooms. I don't have that time. I've got a dorm room here. And I even jammed all the beds together. I don't even have room to get space between them. So the space efficiency and having to work with extremely limited space. So as Rob is well aware, these panels are extremely finite right now. Okay, this is it. I have 239 panels and nothing else. And I know where others live, but I also know we are not equipped to go and get them. Those will probably be very carefully guarded by angry things that want to eat us in our face. So I have no ability to go get them. So I have to work with 239 panels and not much else. So that really bugs me because the Adrian Monk in my head says, fill this in. Fill this in, because it's not even. It's not even with the other thing. But I know the whole ship is not even, but I know eventually it will be, so that makes me feel better. This part doesn't. But the RimWorld player in me, who has rewired his brain, parts of it, I'm not going to lie, you know when you build an IKEA thing, and you've got leftover parts, and you're like, where did this bit go? That's kind of what happened when I rewired my brain. There were like 2 or 3 bits on the desk, and I'm like looking at Mrs. Dave going, where did these bits go? She's like, I don't know. I guess they're extras. JMO, welcome, welcome. The countdown is 5 days, 18 hours. So we're out of here in about 5 days is what we're going to do here. We're trying to get the baby issue out of the way. That's our primary thing right now. Get the baby born, shove him into this crib, this hastily placed crib, because again, space, and then jet out of here. What's the temp in here? Good, perfect, -1, okay. And the temp back in here is 61, all right. Yeah, if we could get this piece of hull done. Stench is having a bit of a nap, but if we could get this piece of hull done, that would be great. There we go. Oh, and by the way, we don't need any of that stuff here. So how about we don't have food here, and we don't have corpses here. Just put everything in the freezer, please, where it will be well protected. Growth moment for Dahook. Oh, Dahook, what's up? You are 10. Well, good for you, kid. You're old enough to be a doctor. Perfect. I need one of them. Dahook, this is an awkward question because you're not actually that far away from being a baby. Are you any good at delivering babies? Because I've got one of those coming, and I don't have a lot of spare doctors. In fact, I'm pretty sure the person giving birth is, in fact, our best doctor. So what are your traits? Are gourmand? Yeah, you're going to eat a lot. You'll have good cooking. That will be good, but not great. Actually, it is good. It's +4 on cooking. I can just inject you with +4 cooking. You'll eat more, and you'll often go on food binges. And my other options, I mean, quick sleeper is very good. I actually might go gourmand. That's an odd choice for me. I wouldn't normally do that. Definitely not slow learner or trigger happy. You know what? There you go, kid. You can now technically cook. So that just take right away? Yeah, you got a cooking of 4. I just injected you with cooking 4. Cool. All right. Well, that's a nice little skill there. All right. Next thing's next. I don't have any other countdown on the baby issue except for it's coming. It's on our way. Could we maybe... I don't really need more chem fuel. I think we should just focus on what we're doing here. Could we maybe get 1 or 2 animals killed? Even if we don't process them? That's what I was going to do, is build some kind of cooking area inside the ship. All right, well, that's going to largely depend on whether my wind turbines work or not. Because if they don't, then I got to keep the wood-fired generator. But if they do, I can ditch that. Again, space efficiency. I need to maximize space here. What's the max on skills? 20. Yeah, 20 is the max. You'd think it would be 10, but it's not. It's 20. 10 is the max for... I don't quote me on this. There might be something higher, but I believe I'm like 89% sure that what I'm going to tell you is the truth. 10 is the max on doing anything. It's the highest minimum, if that makes any sense. So I can't recall something immediately, but some skills will have a requirement of 10. But after that, you're fine. So 10 or higher. So for instance, like Psychite, I think you need a skill of 6 to do that. The Whoosy McWhat's the healing plants, the heal root, that's a skill of 8 to grow that. Scarissa, thank you for coming by. Bye, hello, bye. But at I think 10 is the max minimum, if that makes any sense, which it kind of doesn't. All right. Got a little note to myself. When we land, don't land somewhere around a bunch of trees. Maybe I should just... Actually, can we focus on getting some wood before I leave? That'd be great if we could do that, because I'm a little shy on wood. So I know I don't need to cut down all of those trees. Knife is in a daze. Why is that? Why is that? Poor mood. No recent conquest. Don't worry. We're going to totally land and murder some people. And also, there's a fire. The biofuel refinery has caught fire. Could we all broadly work on putting the fire out? Thank you. You could just put the fire out. That I kind of need that. I mean, I don't, actually. I don't really need that much. But do it anyway. So, knife's just off and about. I wonder if we tried to fly away. Hang on. Actually, I want to test drive that. If I wanted to fly away now, can I take knife? No, he's not participating. Okay, so that's interesting. So if they're off on a huff, they're in some sort of psychotic state and you need to leave, they don't come with you. You can't like say, dude, I know you're having a bad day, but we're out of here. Get in the ship. Get in the ship. The bigger the ship, the more engines you need. The more the cores you need. Yeah, the engine, the grav engine. Yep, so you are entirely correct. So right now I've got a 500 tile limit on this thing, and I'm halfway. I've built about half the potential spaceship here. So I can't build super bigger than that. We know where the locations of others are. So if we go to the world map, Stephen, welcome. We've got locations, yeah, down here. There's a grav core right there. All right, and over here, there's a grav core right there. So we know where the locations of these things are. I'm going to assume, fundamentally unequipped to go and get them. All right, I got 5 people here, one of whom is 3rd trimester pregnant. One of them is a genetic drug addict who's having a bad day. One of them is a 10-year-old who just learned how to cook. I don't fancy their chances against anything at all. No, sorry, I don't want to launch. I'm sorry, no, cancel that. So sorry. Yeah, I kind of took everyone off task there. No, I don't want to launch yet. Apparently I got to wait for Knife to cheer up a little bit. All right, things are coming in, things are being done. Yeah, let's get focused on chopping those trees down. That's Stench again. Stench, you've kind of built everything I needed you to build. So why don't you back off of that and just go on max plant cutting, and we'll kind of focus on that. I'd like to see if I can find space somewhere to do any kind of kitchen. How big is that? Show me like a kitchen-y thing, electric stove. Is that a 3? Because if so, that'll back up really nice. Yeah, that's perfect. Really nicely right there. Yep, do that. I know I said you were done with building things, but actually you can back burner that one. If you don't get that done right away, that's okay. That's okay. Yep, I know, we dealt with the fire. Thank you. We've dealt with the fire. It's going to have a penalty for not being in a kitchen. Too bad. Too bad. Do I want to put the hull there? I kind of do want to put the hull there. I can always deconstruct it later. So put a hull there. That's just steel. That doesn't matter too much. Okay, back to work. So we need Knife to cheer up, and we need Bertha to have her baby. So let's get this going, team. I'd love to just take out the wing here and duplicate this over there for reasons that I can't adequately explain, except I just kind of want to do it. There are hunter drones at those places. They're living bombs. Yeah, I look forward to owning some of those for myself. But yeah, you're right. I'm not equipped to go anywhere near those kinds of things. I probably won't be for a while. I could see not being able to go and get those for quite some time until we're very heavily armed and armored. There are all sorts of cool new weapons in the research menu. What are we researching right now? Packaged survival meals. Yeah, that's cool. Actually, keep doing that. That's a solid thing to keep working on. That makes a great degree of sense. Maybe hydroponics or batteries after that, or both. Could get into both. Okay. Stephen, welcome. Hang on, coffee. I may have already welcomed Stephen, but I'll welcome again. You can never have enough welcome around here. Okay, food coming in, good. We've got 9 regular meals, 8 packaged meals. It's not ideal, but it will kind of get... We got a lot of berries coming in. Probably make some food right there. Yeah, there we go. There's 4 more meals coming in right now. Perfect. And are we shooting things? Are we killing things? Where's this alpaca? Okay, it's basically almost dead. Let's finish it. No, it's in no immediate danger. No immediate danger. I could arrest Knife. I think he'll probably get over it before we leave. I definitely could arrest Knife. I just don't think it's strictly necessary. DeHook's drawing on the floor, kid. Maybe, you're 10 now. Maybe we don't draw on the floor anymore. Maybe you could grow up a little bit. Why don't you go get that axe and just bring that in. Everyone's got food poisoning. Bertha's fallen over. Yeah, Bertha's crawling her way to bed. Are you off to have a baby? I'm sorry, are you having a baby? Knife can't do anything. Stench, could you go get your partner here? Rescue Bertha. Bring her over. Yeah, whatever the problem is here, let's try and deal with it. Speaking of dealing with things, we're out of power. DeHook, what are you working on? You're hauling the axe. Okay, I need someone to refuel the generator at some point. Berg, you're close by. Just drop that. Just refuel that generator, please. We've got plenty of wood right here. There we go. Okay. At least Bertha can see now. That's better. Bertha, any news on the baby? Like how are we doing here? Just all I got is third trimester. Usually you can pin it down a little better than that. I'm, again, not an obstetrician. However, I'm pretty sure they can pin these things down a little more closely than within the next 3 months. I mean, I could have told them that. Oh, my wind turbine's moving. My wind turbine is moving. It is generating power. Not a small amount either. So when these trees are cut down, that'll be even better. Yeah, Stench is up here doing so. Wow. It looks goofy as heck, but I can fix that. I can fix that part. I can bring the panels out here. Again, solar panels. I could put solar panels right behind that. And it'll be in the cold, heartless void of space. Well, it won't. Again, we're just a glorified airplane at this point. I really wish I could put them at the front without it being obstructed. Unfortunately, I cannot. Maybe I can put them later, like up here, and have solar panels in the back. It would just make more sense like that. We're trying to convert to Hook. Let's probably not. Let's not bother. I'm sure the kid's fine. Whatever religion he has, it's a 10-year-old. How devoted can he possibly be to that? Oh, this is all insane. I shouldn't be doing any of this. We should leave when Knife gets a little happier. I'm pretty sure I can wait out the clock on him. We're talking about reducing and moving the chem tanks. Yeah, that will. You're right, Buzzkill. That will limit how far I can go. So I can go. What is it, like 10 chem fuel per tile that I move. So if I get rid of one of those tanks, I can only go 25 tiles, which may, 25 versus 50, it's pretty much all I need. That would give me some more room. I'm going to think on that one. I like thinking about things. Now, if we launched now, Knife is in the ship. Okay, like he's trapped in the building. If I launch now, no, I'm down. Bertha's not participating. Okay, I think Knife might come with us anyway, because Bertha's not insane. She's just pregnant. There's a difference. Not much. Okay. Wow, the quality's terrible. Absolutely terrible. We kind of need Knife to be the pilot. He's the most intellectual of all of this. I take that back. I think Knife would come with us. He just wouldn't do anything as far as piloting. Stench is feeding Bertha. That's probably for the best. Kind of eating for two. And were we moving on... what's the steel over here? Yeah, we're getting a little bit of steel coming in. I did burn through a lot of it. Can you build more to move them? The chem tanks? Sure. Don't know where I'm going to put them. It's about space. I don't really need to. We're not going horribly far right now. Okay, Knife's back on board. Admittedly about to freak out again. But Knife's back on board. Berg, what are your major problems? Okay, intense pain. What is your intense pain? Are you food poisoning? Yeah, we got food poisoning. Everybody's got food poisoning. Let's just all suck it up, puke it out, and deal. All right, 14 regular meals and 8 packaged meals. Oh, hang on, Bertha's having a baby. It's about time, kid. It's about time. Okay, so do I have to... Yeah, gather for the birth. Everyone go witness a birth. All right, here we go. Oh, DeHook's on a food binge. But DeHook will not be joining us. It's probably best. It's probably for the best. It's just Stench. It's just Stench in there. Nobody else is contributing at all. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. DeHook's pigging out. Knife is, I don't know, probably doing something. Berg's about to flip out. Knife's back to research. That's good. He can't even be bothered with the baby. He's just going to have a baby thing going on. Healthy child. All right, we got a healthy child. All right, everybody stop for a sec. What do you mean low food? That's because I added a human. Healthy child. There we go. Great. Name the baby. All right, so Igor and then Harry. All right. Okay, Harry Igor. You're in. Okay, there we go. Everything's settled. Harry Igor is back with us in a nominal way. In a nominal way. Is the food poisoning because the 10-year-old sucks at cooking? Yes and no. Yes, he does suck at cooking. You're not wrong, but he's not actually doing the cooking. Berg's doing the cooking. Berg is exactly as good as the 10-year-old is. I may as well have the 10-year-old do the cooking. Knife just got smarter, though. That's kind of neat because that means that will improve our piloting. Now I'd kind of just like to have Hook chill out for a bit and get some of this wood inside the ship. I don't necessarily need all of it, but I'd like to have some of it and maybe get some more of this steel. Is the baby hairy? He is now. We put him on the chem fuel tank. So Bertha did a bit of breastfeeding there and then just threw him on top of the chem fuel tank. He's sort of wiggling around there. Yeah, that makes sense. That's about right for me. Hey, at least I didn't put him on a heater, I guess. Just throw him on a chem fuel tank. Probably highly toxic. Highly, highly toxic. That's fine. That's where he can live. Stench, I think you've kind of accomplished my tree issue. So let's back you off of that and back onto construction. And when the kid snaps out of it, I'd love you to be a #1 hauling. Although you are #1 mining too. Just do both. Do everything for me, kid. This bow, we could have that. Bertha, when you get up, don't forget to rearm yourself. Tittles was put on the heater. No, we don't have to. We don't have a tube. No, we have no tubes. We're a long way from tube. Look, nobody wants the kid. I will make space for a baby tube, but we simply don't have that. That would be very, very long way off of the research tree. So we've just actually got to deal with this thing as a living entity that needs food, like constantly, not just shove food in a tube, not just okay. Bertha's up, putting Igor somewhere safe. Yeah, we got a crib. I built a crib for it. What are you, by the way, newborn Harry Igor? I didn't actually see if you were male or female. So I won't care, and I won't remember. You're a male. Okay. Age 1 day. And you have no health conditions, and you're actually pretty happy. It's a good crib. Not a great crib, but it's a good crib. I don't think the tanks have to be outside. I still need some kind of panels for that. And I would guess if I put them outside this, maybe that's going to block the wind turbines. For right now, they're all just going to stay where they are. I have the space I need at the moment. I have all the things I need right now. Who needs rescue? What is the problem? Oh, Bertha, you keep falling over. Stop it. Stench, go get your partner, please. You are indeed rescuing Bertha. Good, good, good. Stop falling over. Do something more sensible, like not falling over. Actually, I should put the kid on #1 cleaning. More than anything. Be great if we got the vomit off the floor. A farming work site, you say? Hang on. Because you know what farming means? Food. Is this it? That's a logging work site. Okay. I should have probably clicked on the thing. That would have been smarter. There's my farming work site. Apparently it's a chocolate farm. 123 pieces of chocolate. And 2 people. Uh-huh. So if someone wanted to fly over there and maybe have some chocolate, that could be a thing. What's this? Another farming work site. Ooh. 306 berries. 306 berries. How much do those people like us or dislike us? So that's the Molly coddlers or something. I didn't even look at their thing there. That is none of these people. Nope, that's not any of those people. What's your thing again? The Treaty of Okay, the Treaty of Mollycoddlers. So I don't think they even exist as a faction here. So they're not going to care too much if maybe I wanted those berries. That's just all I'm saying. I would like to have those berries. I do not currently have those berries. I'd like to have those berries. Something to think about there. What is your terrain? Mountainous. Okay, growing period is year-round. Obviously, berries are doing very well. We'll have a think about that. We're going to have a think about a little bit of raiding. That might be an idea there. So with 50 tiles, that's going to get me kind of around here-ish. And there's not much else in the area. Okay, well, thank you for alerting me to the fact that there is a potentially large stash of food there. I'm keen on that. I almost want to do the chocolate one simply because that's so good to trade. That'll give me great trading stuff. Oh, they built this. Neat. So let's get a bill going on there. Yeah, the stove. Let's do simple meals and then do it until we have, say, let's shoot for 20. Doubt we're going to be able to get that, but shoot for 20. Pause when satisfied. Thank you very much. Okay, and then this, I'll obviously let you finish that off. We don't need the butcher spot anymore. Mark, welcome, welcome, welcome. Mark, we might become burglars / murderers. We do need a Roomba. You ain't wrong about that. And that's obviously changed because we're not on this map long enough for... Actually, it doesn't necessarily have to change, but the mech cluster thing isn't here anymore. The little mechanator thing. That's now its own quest. And I believe we got that. It might not have shown up. Farming work. Yeah, there we go. The old mechanator website. So we can go... We know where it is. It's actually not... Maybe I should just go get that. That's not a bad idea. Start with that. But then I'm going to need basic mech tech and a charger, and that's space again. That's space. However, the terrain is good. We could grow some food there. We're aware of Bertha's baby. We've already named it. Thank you very much. We gotta go. 3 days, 1 hour. 3 days, 1 hour. We've done packaged survival meals. Cool. Just in case we run into some water, I'm going to start fishing going. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to go get that mechanator thing. To Hook, I'm going to have you go on number 1 cleaning, please, before we take off. We are going to be taking off very soon, though. I'd really like to see this happening sooner rather than later. I know it'll be 2 days and 23 hours. Who's starving? Oh, Bertha. Well, you are, in fact, eating, so congrats, kid. Congrats. To Hook, where are you? Nature running. Yeah, no, could you actually clean up so much vomit, please? Could you clean up all of that vomit? Can we tape the baby to a pole? Yeah, they're fine like that. They're very absorbent creatures. They are. They're very, very absorbent. You wouldn't think that. You look at a baby's skin and go, that probably doesn't soak up that much water. They are, they're an absorbent creature. Yes. I like the fishing too, Rob. I'm keen on that. I do have to watch it in my private playthrough because they get obsessed with it. And they'll just be spending all day fishing. What is neat is it's a hunting skill, so you can... You know what you don't get anymore is the little thing saying hunter doesn't have a ranged weapon. They don't need a ranged weapon. Yeah, we can fish now. Sorry, yeah, we fish. We have to learn how to fish. But after that, we can fish. I don't actually think there's any water on this map to show you. But you can kind of zoom in on the water. Yeah, I don't think we have a drop of water here. Nope, that's a building. But you can zoom in and you can actually see the fish, and that's where you know to set up your fishing zone. If you park your base close to that, it's a pretty easy way to get food, and far more than I actually thought. My colony that I have running in my own time, we've got like hundreds of salmon, and I wasn't really paying that much attention. It's just they spend all day fishing. If they're a hunter, they spend all day fishing if there's nothing to hunt, and then all of a sudden you're swimming in salmon. Like my entire freezer is full of salmon. To Hook, when you're done with that, actually, do I basically have everything I need? I've got... Wow, I have no meals. Bulk goods trader. Wow, perfect. Perfect. That's awesome. I don't really have a lot to sell. And I only have 53 silver. Blown on all my money on things like medicine. Yeah, sure, bring it in. I'm not really sure I've got anything to trade. But I'm going to hook up with them before I leave. That's for darn sure. I think we'll spend the last few seconds here. First of all, get rid of that. Deconstruct that. And actually turn off all the bills. Don't do any of those things. I think we'll spend our last bit of time here just gathering some wood and some of this rice. I think that would be a smart move. Speaking of which, Stench, where are you, kid? Get back off of construction, go with growing and plant cutting number 1. Where are these crazy cats? They're coming in. Let's just see if we can just bulk up on food, and then we're going to leave very, very quickly. We can't use facilities. We have water now. Well, we have, like, lakes with fish in them, is how that kind of goes down. Bertha, do you like talking to people? Yeah, you're not terrible at it. Go tell them about your baby. New mothers love doing that sort of thing. Where's your actual trader? Oh, there they are. I see them in there. Okay, trade with Hydra. And then we'll see kind of how this is going to go. Oh, sorry, Bertha. Were you doing something with Harry Igor? Whatever. Put him in the crib. He won't care. He's a baby. He has no idea what's going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, poor health. Got it. All right, what do you have? What do I have? I have 100 rice. Do I really? Oh, boy, that's a lot of meals. That's great. I could theoretically sell them some extra chem fuel. Oh, they've got 2 advanced components. That's 2/5 of the way towards the grav anchor. Okay, sell them. See if we can get these. I really want those. Sell them all the leather. Okay, just sell them all of this leather. I'd really like to see if I can walk out of here with those. We could buy a book called Death. Death Normal. Death Normal. Working in a xenogerminator. Ooh, xenogenetics. Oh, they've got good books, too. Rifle mastery, shooting and crafting up. Oh, that's melee up. That's artistic and plants up. Do I have anything else I can sell them? I have a granite table? Do I really? Oh, we should probably use that. We should probably use that. Yeah, no, it's a real, I think, as usual, I think the developers of RimWorld have really had me in mind for this. I can basically create utter chaos and then just leave and say, this is not my problem anymore. Okay, what do I want more? 2 advanced components or really good books? It's got to be the advanced components. I can't even afford both of them. Can I? No. Maybe? No. I totally can't. Oh, I can. Barely. I can't do math. Oh, that's killing me to... No, the 2 advanced components are so valuable. That is 2/5 of the way to a grav anchor. And that way I can save a map, and we can come back to it later. Okay, who's not doing anything stupid? Where did you dump those, by the way? Did you already take those inside? I'd like to know where those are. Okay, hang on, Berg. First things first, refuel that. I'm not even 100% sure I need that, but refuel it anyway. Bertha, you like shooting things, right? Yeah, you love that. So why don't you equip that machine pistol? And then what do we actually do with those advanced components? I am not... There they are. I see them right there. I see them right there. Now, Mark, I'm going advanced components on that. Those are far more valuable in the early game than they used to be. If this had been any other kind of RimWorld except Odyssey, I would have said, nah, that's fine, I'll buy the books. I can get advanced components later. I don't need them right now. I do need these right now. Because I cannot make a grav anchor until I have 5 advanced components. The plasteel I can come up with. Many traders have plasteel. I've already got 84 of it. But dang, those advanced components are... Why is the baby on the floor? Why are you just dumping the baby on the floor? You're putting Igor somewhere safe. Yeah, just don't dump him in a spaceship floor. That's not nice. And then, I kind of need everyone... Bertha, what are you doing? You're reading. Yeah, not so much. Could you actually haul that silver? Stench, why don't you haul all of the... Well, you're actually prioritizing. Don't sew anything. Sew nothing here. We're just taking what we can get and we're out of here. How close is this to being harvested? Some of it's already ready. I need to wake the kid up. Kid, you got to get up. We got work to do here. Berg, come get all the rice. Knife, come get all the rice. Okay, everybody come get some rice. How much can we get for a baby? Surprisingly very little. Excuse me one second. Not nearly as much as you think. Honestly, a cow is probably worth more, and that's understandable, Buzzkill, because a cow is more valuable than a baby. A cow, you're getting milk, and like other things. I don't know, cow party or something. Cows are great at throwing parties. Everybody knows that. Well, if you're a cow farmer, you know that. Cow farmers are doing nothing. Dairy farmer? I don't know. You're not really farming dairy. You're farming cows. How does farming work? Anyway, but a human baby, totally useless, Buzzkill. Not really very valuable. I know you'd think it would be. You know, like a human baby, that's got to be worth a lot of money. This is, by the way, Buzzkill, this entire conversation, you are on a watch list at this point. Because what you basically asked is, can I sell a human baby? And I'm going to tell you right now, I can just hear the watch list pings going off right now. Guys, continuing to stockpile food, please. Well, actually, you're eating. I will let you eat that. You, stop reading books. Haul rice, stench, haul potatoes. You never do hauling, jerk. You haul potatoes, knife. Yeah, okay, that's all coming in. Haul all of this. We're just gonna bulk up on this, and then we are out of here. How are we doing? We got 83 rice. Bringing in some potatoes. That's pretty good. All right, that's not too bad. DeHook, what are you up to now? You're reading. Stop reading books. Nobody benefited ever from reading books. Haul some rice instead. Kid sees a book. He's all about books. And I'm talking about food here, kid. I'm going to take my very, very silly, I'd like to say spaceship, but weird airplane thing. And we're out. Okay, we are out. As soon as I think we've got almost all of this. You're eating. I'll let you keep eating. You're hauling wood. That's actually good. Haul that wood. That's great. And then what else are you hauling now? You're hauling the auto pistol. Cool. And now some more wood. How about we focus on food? So haul that rice. And then I think we're in good shape. I think I need the rice, Mark. Sally Cat, I'm not on Team Pro Books. I think the priority is team eating. Team food is the priority here. Are we all in? Stench, Bertha, Berg. We're missing the kid. Where's the kid? Oh, you're digging at steel. Good for you. You're terrible at that, though. Why don't we just not bother, kid? We'll find some more. Hang on. They left us a gift. What'd they leave us? That's where the auto pistol came from. Oh, I thought that was Bertha's. Cool. Does anyone have a terrible weapon that would like a better weapon? Yeah, you do. In fact, that you have no weapon at all. Can you equip that, please? All right, there we go. We are out of here. 1 day, 21 hours. I'm kind of cutting it close as it is. So let's jet. And then we're going to have a think about, do we maybe want to start raiding some people? I see we're already up to 20 meals. Let's just keep that going then. Actually, we've done packaged meals. I'm going to make some of these because they'll keep longer. Oh, nobody has the skill. Really, cooking 8 to do a packaged survival meal. Huh. Somebody will get there eventually. Well, then let's just bump this up. Let's get 30 on that. Okay. Everything else I need is in place. On the next jump, I want to see... I mean, the wind turbines seem to be working. I want to disassemble the wood-fire generator and make sure we're going to be good on just having very, very, very stupid wind turbines that are ridiculous looking in play. Did we... Oh, hang on. Kid, where are you? Could you haul that one component before we leave, please? Yeah, just get that out of there. Let's not waste a component. Okay, don't be wasteful. Put that inside. We are out of here. Okay, there we go. Just before I decide if we're going to go murder people. Machine pistol, short bow, and auto pistol. And you have a knife, because you're not... Actually, you're better at shooting. Honestly, you are better at shooting. Do I maybe have another bow somewhere that I could use? Yeah, I see one in there. Equip that short bow. Go get that. There we go. All right, everyone is armed with ranged weapons. Okay, we're out. So let's launch. Yep, 37% quality. That's about the best I'm going to get. I could put in more thrusters. That will give me, it seems, a grand total of an extra 2% quality. All right, I could have a couple of crew members. That would help. And I've actually got pretty good pilots. Not bad pilots at all. Okay, we are out of here. Okay, we are out of here. The following... Oh, no, my wind turbines. No, they are totally fully on the ship. I assure you, they're fully on the ship. Following buildings are not fully on the grav ship. They definitely are. Okay, I think I can make that work. I just think I probably need to build around them. All right, cancel that for a sec. I'm not leaving. Hang on, I'm not leaving without those components. Deconstruct. How long have I got? A day? Okay, Stench, go on max construction, please. That's not Stench. Go on max construction, please. We might even get some more food. I'm not leaving with those, just leaving them behind. Do we have the ability to make batteries? Not yet. Not yet. That is research we will work on. We're kind of hastily doing research here to try and keep up. I did prioritize packaged survival meals. I didn't really count on the skill requirement, so that was a bit of a waste. and I wasn't super sure I'd be able to get a freezer up that quickly, which we obviously have. What is the temp in there, by the way? 2 degrees. Okay. I'm not leaving these behind. No, buzzkill. No, buzzkill. You're looking at that from a normal person's point of view. I know you're saying to yourself, I am not normal. You're right. You're watching this channel, so there's a degree of insanity that already lives within your skull. But you're looking at that from a normal perspective, which is, the wind turbines didn't work. Let's just never have that idea again. No. This is the beginnings of genius. We've tried one thing, and then we're going to try other things, because I believe I can make that work. I think the problem might be that maybe the entire area of the wind turbines, including front and back, need to be within or contained on the tiles. And I can make that happen. Just not right now. I don't want to get into a massive construction project when we've got a day and a half before we're murdered in the face. What I want to do is disassemble those, because I'm not leaving without those materials, and then disassemble the panels. And then everything will be hunky-dory, and it's all going to be lovely. Best, probably my favorite Bowie album. Probably my favorite Bowie album. I'm not sure about that. But hunky-dory. Probably my favorite Bowie album. Might not be. Why are we not deconstructing that? Can I not get to it? Maybe I can't get to it. Hey, Stench, what are you doing? Deconstructing wind turbine. Fantastic. Exactly what I need you to do there, Chief. We're not leaving without a component or two. Yeah, I think Mark's got the right idea. I think the floor needs to go all the way, like contain the wind area of the wind turbine. Poxtiff saying you need one in the front. Yeah, exactly. More, excuse me, more tiles is what I'm seeing. More tiles. Why are you not deconstructing? This is so... Okay, so this is the same problem down here. This will not deconstruct. Why is that? I see the steel. Why will that not deconstruct? Because that's really annoying if that's the case. Yeah, go deconstruct this. Where's the kid? Go get that component, please. And Stench is going to take this one down. Those things... That's really annoying. I can't deconstruct that. That's a stockpile zone. That's a wall lamp. Don't tell me these things are permanent, because that doesn't make any sense. I can deconstruct any other floor piece. Bresme, welcome. That's what's going on down here. I can't deconstruct this for some reason. Let me just look at that again. Deconstruct. That's what I want to do. Oh, maybe it's remove foundation. Oh, there it is. Remove bridges or grav ship substructure. Okay. So that's a little counterintuitive. I mean, I was kind of looking at that as a floor. There we go. I solved it. Never mind. Solved it. Fixed it. Got it, Rob. Thank you. As you were typing that, I was doing it. All right. I'm not leaving without that stuff. Stench should have that done momentarily, and then we're leaving. Then we're definitely 100% leaving. Possibly to go steal someone's huge crop of berries. I mean, it just makes sense, right? So you're looking at the work versus theft philosophy, and you're saying to yourself, I am an honest person, I'm going to work for my berries. And then you look at a guy down the road who's got like 300 berries, and he's just sitting in clover. Look at all the berries I got. I got all these berries, and you don't got no berries. You don't even have the capacity to grow berries. And you're saying to yourself, you know what? This work thing is stupid. Maybe I'll just go take your berries, and then I will have berries, and you won't. Our third option is to go with a more communist thing of taking half of his berries and leaving the other. That way everybody has the same amount of berries. Now, of course, we know historically communism doesn't work. We've proven that time and time again. But we can have the hope of it and say, I will take half your berries, and then I have half, and you have half. The reason communism doesn't work is because the guy who has the berries is like, why am I giving you half? You didn't earn them. So I think putting the political philosophy aside, we're probably going to go with the theft, really, which is the Whoopi Goldberg philosophy, which is people always got stuff, people always want stuff. It's a traditional kind of gig. Back when Whoopi Goldberg was doing stand-up and was in fact still funny. Sorry if Whoopi Goldberg is watching this. She's not. She's loved you in Star Trek, by the way, if you are watching this. And I actually like that Jumpin' Jack Flash movie. I know many people denigrate that movie. I actually like that movie. That was a fun movie. It wasn't supposed to be serious. It was just a silly little movie, and I actually liked it. Okay, everything is in, except for that one bit of steel. Could we just get that little tiny bit of steel? No more food. Yes, actually there is. Bird, can you just get these 2 last pieces of rice, please? Okay, 2 last pieces of rice. I would love to stop and get the heal root, but we'll find more of that. I have actually plenty of medicine right now. Plenty of medicine. Okay. All right, cool. Now we're out. What's my time frame? No more time frame. 23 hours. It's flashing red. That means leave. That's the stove, Dave. You're not going to launch the ship from the stove. All right, now we're out. Go. Go, go, go. All right, we're gone. We're history. We're out of here. And it's a silly looking spaceship, but we're going. Okay, current map. Yep, I know I don't have a grav anchor, so this map will never ever exist again. Is Jumpin' Jack Flash the ones where she coached the Knicks? No. It's the one where it's actually pretty fun. Now that I've said that, I might want to watch that again. So she plays like some office drone or something. I don't remember. She works for like the DMV or something like that. She's just a generic sit behind the desk. And she gets kind of wrapped up in this online flirting with this guy. Almost like a catfish kind of thing, except he's not a catfish. He's like a super spy. And then they get in an adventure. And she has to like go save him. It's actually a really fun movie. It's classic 80s. You do not get much more 80s than Jumpin' Jack Flash. So, yeah, it's fun. Nobody cared about it, but I thought it was a fun movie. It was kind of cool. It was just supposed to be a silly little sort of action comedy movie. And it's back when Whoopi Goldberg was funny, so that was kind of cool. Yes, launch the ship. Okay. So there's my range right there. There's my range. There's the, that's the old farming work site with the berries. That is going to cost me not a small amount of chem fuel to get down there. What are my other options? Obviously, don't go to anywhere these people are. I tell you what, if we found somewhere with some water, I would be okay with doing some basic fishing. So, I just don't know how many of these are going to have water. What is this one? This is a cavern. Okay. How about this has got cave pools. But does cave pools equal fish pools? I don't know. What's going on up here? This seems like this would put me right in the middle of 2 people who hate me, which is never a good idea. There's my cave pools, and it's a cave network. I feel like we're getting farther and farther away from, like, food. If I wanted to land on the guy with the berries, we're going there. We're going there. Okay, do that. All right, we're out. We're gone. I probably just burned my freezer. Oh, yeah, it's a little lopsided as it takes off. It's a little lopsided. Looking good, though. There's our little ship. Doodly 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 doo. Looks like Space Invaders. Okay, this is fun. Can I park this, like, literally right on their house? Because I will. Ooh! They have a solar panel for freezies. Oh. Got anything else that's cool? Yeah, that's probably a good enough landing zone. There's some fertile soil right there. That's pretty righteous. Yeah, that's pretty good. Actually, there's water here. The map isn't moving, so the map's in pause, so I can't see if there's any fish right now. But there might be. There might be. So, any other water? Like, what else is going on? How about any steel? Any concept of some steel around here? A little bit down there. Maybe I want to park this a little bit closer to their house. This is going to be such a blow to them. Such a blow. I tell you what, if this happened to me, this would be very shocking. I'd be like, dang. Dude just landed on my house. Could I park here? Just for having the conversation about parking? Is that cool? Dude, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna park here. This ain't right. Here we come. Oh, yeah, just land right by the dude's front door. Don't damage the solar panel. I want to steal that. That's for stealing. Minor crash. Okay. All right, so what's the problem here? We have disengage the grav engine. Oh, okay, some damage. That's fine. We have auto repair on that. That's totally okay. Buzzkill, I don't really think I need to yell surprise. I think the roar of the engines probably woke them up. They probably woke them up. Oh, we're already attacking them. We're already attacking them. Cool. So leave Igor behind. Leave Harry Igor behind. Everyone else, we're awkward. I know, awkward, but we're gonna begin some murders. What do you do? What's that? Oh, a lamp. Okay. That wasn't nearly exciting as I thought. Let's just all let's use their defenses against them. Where are they, by the way? Oh, they're up there. Oh, cool. We can use their defenses against them. You three, go right in here. No, here. Like here. God, you're terrible. You two, go here-ish. Yeah, we're gonna use their defenses. Too bad I'm not a cannibal. Boy, I wish I was a cannibal right now. All right, Knife, you're already shooting. You're already shooting. Stench, why don't you come up behind Knife here? And if we can maybe all focus on... Do I have any cool abilities? I've got Animal War Call. Is there any animals? Yeah, there's an alpaca. Okay, cool. War alpaca. So, Animal War Call, War alpaca. I mean, if nothing else, it'll run interference. So, yeah, everybody kind of focus on Dude here, because he's wicked tanky. They're the pig people, the pigskins or whatever, the pigkins, and they are super tanky. So, everybody focus on him. How, okay, you're going to be dead soon. That's cool. Wait, you've got a field hand. The problem is when you die, I can't take that from you. Could we try and take him alive? I'd love to extract that hand. That's a very handy hand. You see what I did there? That's a very handy hand. Okay, was that me or somebody else? Okay, no, it's War Alpaca. Okay, good. Really, Bertha? You're behind 2 pieces of cover, and you're the one who got shot. All right, 15 days so we can do that again. Okay, but War Alpaca. Charge? Charge? Charge at all? Yeah, if Poiper here wanted to just fall over and not be conscious anymore, I would love to rip that hand off of him. I'd be totally okay with that. I could briefly convert the chem fuel tank room into a prison, extract his hand, probably some other things while I'm in there. I mean, we've come in as thieves in the night. We may as well steal everything. Hang on, coffee. All right, so shooting. Knife, you wanna... Okay, I know you're too close. Oh, never mind. They're dead. He's dead. Okay, everybody fire on this guy. And I don't think this will take... Wow, Bertha, you're really getting kind of chewed up here. Yeah, War Alpaca. War Alpaca. There we go. That'll distract him if nothing else. Knife's down. That's fine. We can deal with that. He's distracted by War Alpaca. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. It's a very fluffy attack. It's just adorable. It's a fluffy attack here. There we go. Okay, hang on. Everybody stop. So, War Alpaca is down. Cool. Something to eat right there. And then, everybody's off draft. Knife, how banged up are you? Are you going to survive? 5 hours. I can do 5 hours, kid. Bertha, how about you? 22 hours. Oh my god, I've got like a whole day to get Bertha healed up. Allow this. This is a very exciting time in RimWorld, because what we're doing here is we've actually just become a raiding party. And then you were technically alive. Do you have any cool body parts? No. Are you any good? You're not bad. You're not bad. You've actually got some pretty strong skills. You're not bad at all. What I'm going to need is a prison. So, I know... Knife, this is going to be a bit of a blow for you. But I need I need this to be a prison, not a healing room. So capture Sammy. No, the bed is not reserved by Stench, I assure you. No, it's not. We're changing everything around. And then people who are not horribly injured or in any other way doing anything useful, we're gonna start getting some rooms open here. No, don't. What do you mean no path? What do you mean no path? Go here. Don't give me no path. By the way, heads up to the two people that used to own this place. I own everything now. I own all of that. That all belongs to me. Okay? I own everything that you see here. Dang, I wish we were cannibals. There's a whole buffet here. There's a whole buffet waiting for us. I wish we were cannibals. I mean, we could technically eat people. They're just really not going to be crazy about it. This is exactly what I was looking for, which is, yeah, I own, again, I can't stress this enough, people who used to own this place, I own literally everything now, okay? So, Stench, this is a bit of a blow for Knife, but could you drop Knife and then pick him up again? Go over here and then rescue Knife. Bertha, you were kind of taking care of yourself, right? Can you go rest until healed? How about over here, rest until healed? There you go, kid. Berg, go check out this door. This is a very exciting time. We're just going hardcore raider. By the way, where's all the berries that we came to get? We haven't actually found those yet. Those haven't popped up. No way I can get this hand off of you. Right? I don't think I can. Okay, Stench, you're off duty. Who that isn't injured can doctorize? Stench, perfect. Could you work on Knife quickly? Oh, you're already tending to him. Great, good. Good. Bertha will sit for a bit. Also, nobody forget to feed the baby. Bertha's on one childbirth. No, she's not. Yeah, one child care. Okay. Somebody should... Okay, I'm going to have to put children in charge of children. DeHook is now in charge of the baby. That's fine. Berg, see if you can find the berries. That is actually why we came here. No, just more dead people. Neat. What is that? A fire foam popper? Oh, again, I'm sorry if this is a little fuzzy to the people who used to live here. Sammy, I own all of this. Okay, I own everything. Again, not finding the berries that we came here to steal, not so much, really. Not so much. But just, again, to drive the point home to Sammy, I own everything. Okay, anything that exists, I own it. Oh, and I could are these all cloth or steel? Those are cloth sandbags. There's the berries. Okay, cool. Well, we got the food. We've got the food. You can go away, Alrighty. I think that's worked out very well. I think I've done a wonderful thing here. Liberating, if you will, this base from... Well, the two farmers who owned it, really. Just the two farmers that owned it. Is that Knife? Oh, it's Sammy. Oh, shoot, Sammy. Sorry, dude. Oh, might not be able to grab Sammy. Berg, do you have... Yeah, you've got a base medical training. Sammy, I'm going to put you on the good medicine. I totally forgot about you. I wouldn't actually mind converting you. Could you please work on tending to Sammy, like, super quick, kid? I'm going to keep... these guys up working on there because he's a better doctor. I do want the colonists to survive. Yeah, sorry, Sammy. Kind of spaced out on you a little bit. What with the excitement of me, murdering your work partner here, your farming partner, and taking all the things that you own. Surprisingly good things. Yeah, like your solar panel. I own that now. And this gun, I own that. I don't know if that was yours. It might have been mine. And this bed, I own that now. And all of your berries. That is kind of the reason I was here in the first place. Are we going to be able to make it on Sammy? Maybe? Maybe? I'm going to go with a loose maybe on the Sammeister here. Might be able to pull this together. If Berg could work a little bit faster. Maybe not. Nope. Okay, didn't quite make that. That's to be expected because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so... No, that's too bad. He was actually pretty good. So this doesn't need to be a prisoner bed anymore. We can get rid of that. That can be for colonists. And then let's immediately start getting some growing going. So how about we start right away with some psychite. So that's going to be psychoid plant. Thank you. Got to keep Knife going. Take these two plants here. Harvest anything that lives there. And then anything else can just be basic rice, which will grow super fast here. So we know we're going to be here for about a season-ish. So do rice, yeah. And then I'll just do maybe a small thing of potatoes down here, like that. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Just keep the food coming in. And then that thing, yeah, you'll be dead soon, and then we'll eat you. That's great. War alpaca worked out fine. Didn't have enough time for the over-under. Yeah, I have other things. We've got a lot of berries, so I'm not really fussed about the farming aspect of this. We will do some hunting while we're here. I do have a lot of fertile soil. I could take advantage of that. Do I think I could get corn that quickly? Probably not. What else could I be growing? Cotton might be a good idea. Let's get some cotton going. So we can do, you know, basic tailoring and stuff like that. So you, my fine friend, are going to be cotton. And maybe I should increase the psychoid thing. Okay, no, stay focused. Like more than you usually do. I know you're a genius. You keep saying you're a genius, and it's true, you are a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. And they've actually got more berries growing. Hang on. I may as well have them, because I own everything that is here. So if they've got some growing, I'm just going to put a zone around both of those, and then say no sowing. Great, good, just like we would for anything else. We've got, what is that, pigeons? Quails. Okay, quails exist. What is on the map? Raccoons, turkeys. We got a swan. Okay, let's get a couple of alpaca working here. Badgers. 100% chance to attack you. I'm not surprised. Bluebirds, crows, sparrows. Obviously, we're not really in a position to start having domesticated animals. Unless it's tigers. Now, were there fish down here? Yes. There are fish right in there. Okay, so when Knife is not dying, we will work on that. And I should probably put those dead bodies somewhere. I'll put them up in here with the berries. That'll be fine. So put right up in here, right next to the berries. Let's just put dead people. And no rotten things, thank you. I mean, they will be rotten later, don't get me wrong. But not rotten right now. And no animal corpses or mechs or entities or drones. Just humans, please. Just human bodies go up in there. Speaking of which, to Hook, do you maybe want to get the corpse out of the ship? And then we are so going to put you on, like, #1 cleaning. This place is a pit. Did they damage? Yeah, the cooler got pretty highly damaged. It's okay. I mean, it's still working. But, right? It's still working. Yeah, it's broadly working. But not as good as I want. Ooh, and there's components right there. We will take those. Okay, how does my setup look here? It is geniusosity. You're not wrong, Buzzkill. You know, you're looking at your day-to-day life and you're going, I'm an honest man and not a communist, so I'm not going to steal anything. And then you look at me and you're like, wow, that is pure genius. Just dump yourself next door to this guy and steal everything that he owns, including this solar panel. Unfortunately, I can't move it. That is kind of a bummer. I could temporarily tap into it, though. There's no reason for me not to do that. I may as well have the power while I'm here. Much like He-Man, I will have the power. What was his backpack thing? That's a great question. What was his backpack thing? Was that one of the drone packs? I hope not, because he didn't pop that on me. It's a fire foam pop pack. How do I get that off of you? I could strip you. That's how I can get that off of you. To Hook, go take this man's clothes off. Sorry, that's awkward, I know. Did you have anything cool? No, you just had a cowboy hat. All right. Yeah, Crimson, way ahead of you. I may as well take advantage of the power. While we're here, we could research batteries. And then I think what I might do is expand. I think this jump's expansion will be to match what I've done over here. And then this could be more a room for the chem fuel tanks, batteries, things like that. Maybe I can squeak in one private bedroom. I don't know for whom. I don't really care. And then also, okay, when we hook that up, that's also going to draw power from the wood generator to these buildings. So I don't really need some of these. Do I want to just keep a lamp? I feel that's unnecessary. I can make a lamp at any point. Yeah, now the power's coming on. That's just coming from the solar panel, though. I feel my better move would be to deconstruct some of these things. The passive cooler, that's fine. Deconstruct that for a couple of reasons. One, it's not drawing my power at night. And two, materials. Let's just have some materials out of this. Oh, and there's more meals there. Okay. So, where am I at? How are people broadly feeling about life? Bertha, how's your health? Oh, you're fine. Oh, you shook that right off. Knife, once again down. Knife has been shot so many times. Yeah, a bunch of gunshots there. We got a pump shotgun in there somewhere. I definitely saw that. It looks like we might have already got it. And Bertha's breastfeeding. Berg's just hanging out. Meals are coming up nicely, which is good. And then this should... You know what? Let's just keep that going. We've got all of those berries. Let's just try and crank out some meals here. All right, try and get up to 50. And I'd like Stench, because we're not going to... Stench, focus on the gardening for right now. I am going to outline some new construction to the ship. But right now, focus on the gardening side of things. So, yeah, be 1 on those and 2 on construction. Thank you. And I'm doing fishing, right? Yeah, I am researching fishing. Knife won't be up for a while. How long till we turn the baby into a Roomba? Where's that? H3? I think H3 on that. Did we strip that guy, by the way? Yeah, it doesn't look like I can have his pack though. Yeah, unless we already... Did we already take it? Hang on. Where's my search? Who's what's it there? So that was a fire foam something. Fire foam pop pack. Okay, it's here somewhere. Where? Oh, Stench already got it. Wow, dude, greedy. Greedy. That's fine. So I would assume if Stench gets caught on fire, he'll explode in a fire foam. Boy, I can't wait for that to happen. That sounds awesome. So make that go away. I don't want to look at things anymore. Caravan to the prairie. 190 human leather. Where were you guys in the last run? Do you know how much human leather I had? Hang on. How many... Okay, hang on. I'm not throwing this idea off the table. Wait a minute. I have many dead humans here. I have many dead humans here. I killed 2. 1 accidentally. I did actually mean to keep him alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm telling you right now, I have 190 human leather on this map. Now. Wow. What are the odds that somebody wants human leather when I have a bevy, as the kids say, a bevy, hashtag bevy, of corpses? Hashtag bevy of corpses. Where are you? Wait, where are you? Where am I? Oh, I'm here. Okay. Tough trek. That's through mountainous terrain. We're going to move very, very slowly. You know what doesn't move slowly? A spaceship. So, interesting. Can I fly there? Can I land on those guys to do that? I bet I can. What's my time frame on that? Because I definitely have 190... expires in 4.8 days. But then, if I accept it, how long do I have to do it? 5.4 days to travel there. Not with a spaceship. Is it worth butchering all of these people? I mean, that's a silly question. It's always worth butchering people. It will make everyone sad. But I would have well over 190 pieces of human leather. Is it worth the fuss? That's 161 gold, though. And 57 plasteel. First of all, should we be concerned that they called up? At all? Because here's how that breaks down. So they're locals. They're locals. They're kind of down the street a little bit, through the mountain pass, but they're down the street. I'm sure word travels quickly around here. So we landed somewhat awkwardly, because a lot of stuff was damaged. We landed right here. Immediately jumped out and murdered people. And then stole everything. And the first phone call we get is from somebody saying, yo, dude, how are you fixed for human leather? Just asking the question. I've never met you before in my life. Do you have maybe 190 pieces of human leather? I've got a project going on. And it's an upholstery project. And I was wondering if you have 190 pieces of human leather. How long till we can take off? I believe it's about 5 days. So, show me here. 2.7 days. Huh. Interesting. 2.7 days on my cooldown. Now, of course, I'm going to kind of lose a lot of stuff here. We're not in 2.7 days. I'm not going to get all of this stuff. So what I got to think of, do I want to stock up for the future here? Or do I want to just get quite a bit of gold and plasteel? Okay, I think what I've got to recognize is within my genius, because I am a genius. You're witnessing live genius here. Within my genius, I'm bending to my propensity for the bizarre. I want to do this quest just because I think this is messed up. And I could do it. I could theoretically do it. Not even theoretically. I can practically do it. I could get this done. There is enough human leather on this map for me to put together 190 pieces. I can fly over there in 2.7 days. Land there and go, dude, you remember when you called about the human leather for your upholstery project? Here it is. And they're like, oh my god, that's disturbing. How did you come up with that so fast? Well, I landed. There were a bunch of dead people already, and then I killed a couple more. May I please have my gold? Lizzie, welcome. Can't land on a trade set, but I could land next door. I could land next door. I don't want to land on the grab panel spot because I feel we'll get murdered in the face. But I could basically land next door to it. You know, a 1-hour walk or something like that. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff around it. Yeah, I could easily land any of these tiles and just hop right over. Even though, like, the one on the road, that would be easy. But that would mean, basically, we're not going to get anything done on this map. I wonder also, if you know at home, please let me know. I wonder if that resets the mech clock. If I leave now, does that... So I believe it's, what, a season, so that's 15 days. So we've been here a day. I wonder if that resets it back to 15. Or is it just 15 days they're going to figure out where we are? We've got to keep moving. Interesting ideas. Crimson wants to stay put and take everything apart. I am inclined to agree with that because I believe my propensity for the bizarre is overriding my genius. That's what I feel is going on here. I want to do that quest because it is so freaking messed up that it makes me happy. It makes me smile inside and outside. You can't see me, but I assure you, I'm smiling on both the outside and the inside, right by my clavicle. So, on the inside of my clavicle, that is, not the outsidey bit, because nobody likes that. So I assure you, I'm very, very happy with that quest. However, I think the better... We have so many cool things we could be deconstructing here. I got a lot of cloth here. I mean, I could... Would it be wrong just to skin him anyway in case this comes up again? This is like, you know, we've got human leather. Well, at least the potential for human leather. Would it be wrong to just skin him and say, just pack it in the ship? And we'll kind of figure that out later. I know Rob's going to vote for chaos because he's a vent guy. Vent guys are all about chaos. Those guys are nuts. Don't cross a vent guy. I'll tell you that right now. And I did come here specifically to get like 300 berries. And there's a lot of other cool stuff we could be disassembling. God, that's such a great messed up quest. I really want to do that. And yet, also, I probably shouldn't. So, what I will do is start... I mean, I've got like a day or so I can kind of think about that, but I'd like to deconstruct any of this stuff to get it out of my way, more than anything. They have connected everything, so we've got multiple power sources now, which is always a fun thing. Whoa. Oh, we're just hunting. Okay, calm down. We're just hunting. I thought there was a third colonist who popped up. They're like, surprise! You're all dead now. No, we're just hunting alpacas. That's fine. You keep on that jam. Human leather gets extra coin. It does. You're right. It does. I'm not... I should probably just skin them for good measure? Wait, have we already done that? Is that human leather right there? Oh, it's camel hide. Okay, you can see my confusion. Camels, humans, it's basically the same thing, right? Plus, there's the baby to think about. How is anyone feeding the baby? Just as a heads up, yes, the baby has been fed at some point in its life. And we've just lost all power. So, wow, you guys are tight in there. I am so sorry about this. This is so awkward. What I want is more bedroom area. Okay. Just for... No, I'm not doing the quest. Okay. I will definitely get a debuff for skinning people. Absolutely. They're not crazy about that. They're like, please don't make us skin these people. We're not cannibals. We don't like this at all. Can you build a ship under the solar panel and take it with you? Yes. Yes. Unnecessary? I could just research solar panels. I can deconstruct it. There'll be at least a component in there. And the component is worth it. So I don't know if we really need to. This will hold me for now. And the wood-fire generator will do what I need it to do. If we actually, stock it with wood, which would be a great idea. Prioritize refueling that, please. But it is money in the bank. You're not wrong, Stephen. There's money to be made in human leather. It is going to make everyone sad. God, every fiber of my being wants to skin a bunch of corpses and take them somewhere else in exchange for a lot of gold. Because if I could do that in the real world, well, I probably shouldn't be allowed to do things like that or even say things like that. But, the trade value is phenomenal. However, much like we did with Anomaly. Okay, what did we do in Anomaly? We got our butts kicked. And then I went and trained, okay, like Rocky. Because Mr. T, who pities fools, put me down on the map. I believe that's what they call a boxing thing. Bye, Em. Thank you. And I had to rewire my brain. And I've had to rewire my brain again for this. We're not doing that quest. That's it. As much as every fiber of my being wants to, we're playing Odyssey, which means I have to rewire, so this is done with a degree of genius. Hashtag geniusosity. So I need to get knife healed up. I've got a lot to do. I'm going to put that kid on number one. He's on number one cleaning. Yeah, scratch the mining or the handling for right now, kid. Don't sweat that nonsense. Just go on number one cleanup duty. And yeah, this is all getting done good. So that'll be some cotton in there. We're going to focus on farming on this one. Get some psychite going. Stench, what is your plant skill? Could we even get some heal root going? Yeah, we totally can. Let's dump that in the good soil down here. And also somebody slaughter that turkey when you get a chance. So let's do some heal root down here. I think that's this hop. Focus on farming. That's what we're going to do here. So, yeah, like that big-ish. And then this is going to be heal root. There we go. Skin them and sink them. Yeah, oh, speaking of which, how are we doing on the fishing? I know Knife isn't actually conscious yet. Okay, we're like 2/3 of the way through fishing. And then we can just, the pond is right here. We can easily set that up for some fishing. And that'll be just an easy source of food. It takes a while. And I'm sure it's based on their hunter skill. I'm sure they fish faster if they are better at hunting. But it is just a really easy, no-threat source of food. You know, it will never attack you. Never going to happen. Fish are not going to jump out of the water. Song of the Loot. Welcome. And occasionally you get a rare find. Speaking of human leather, I will kind of wrap up with this. Speaking of human leather, in my little side colony when I was fishing, occasionally you get a rare find, much like any fishing minigame, although at least with this minigame, I don't have to minigame it. So I got, the rare find was I pulled up some human skin, some human flesh. Hey, Berg, could you just take a break and haul this guy? What do you mean no dead, empty, accessible spot? Oh, because I told him no rotten. Yeah, that's right, I told him no rotten. So, no, you can put rotten things in here. Yep, get that out of there. So, a couple of things. Stench, you're doing great work. You never do hauling. I hate you. You can get these berries. You can get these berries. And to Hook, I know you're asleep, but could you please move the rotting corpse? Thank you. It's just going to pollute the area. Okay. So let's review as we do. Let's review as we begin to wrap up here, kids. So we've landed next door. Well, I've landed in somebody's backyard and killed them. And I've claimed everything. And I'm going to take literally everything. Are these, those are marble. Those are marble. I'm hoping for some steel, actually. Limestone and sandstone. Okay, I'll break all of that down. I don't care. All of the barricades are coming down, the solar panel, all of this. So I've crashed into, well, crashes, I didn't technically crash. It was a landing. You know what they say, any landing you can walk away from, murder somebody and steal all their berries is a good landing. I hear that constantly. So we've landed in somebody's backyard, murdered them, taken all of their stuff. It is killing me not to go skin everything and exchange it for gold. But focused here, okay? Rewiring our brains to play Anomaly. So this hop is going to be largely focusing on farming, deconstructing all of this stuff, and adding a new wing to the ship, with the idea of moving this stuff down into here. We might think about just going with one chem fuel tank. I might. I'll kind of have a thought on that. Somebody's going to need to remind me, Spike Little Girl, I'm looking in your direction, to set up another chem fuel generator so I can make more chem fuel while I'm here. So add that wing, and then probably by the time we've done all of that, it'll be time to blow out of here. I'd be okay if we set up a tailoring area, because our clothes are not going to last forever. So we're going to need that. And then in terms of research, we're almost done with fishing. We'll get some fishing going. And then we'll work on batteries after that so we can store power longer. So guys, I'm going to check out there, and we will come back to this very, very exciting time in RimWorld. I'm doing wonderful things. Everything I'm doing is genius. Hashtag geniusosity. Everything I'm doing is wonderful. And you get to witness live genius. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I am thrilled when anyone turns up and watches this nonsense, but you guys never disappoint. You show up every week. I have an amazing time doing this. I love doing this for you, and hopefully you guys have a pretty good time. I will see you. Oh, hang on. Record scratch noise. I won't see you next week. I'll put more in the Discord and on the channel and stuff. Record scratch moment. Hang on. Record scratch. I won't see you next week. Mrs. Dave and I are on vacation next week. So we're going to do like a weekend away. I will not be streaming next week. Weekend, Friday or Saturday. I will be out of town with Mrs. Dave. We're going to go do a little mini vacation kind of thing. So no stream next weekend. And I know, sorry, record scratch moment. I totally spaced out on that. I'll put some stuff up in the Discord and on the channel and do posts and stuff on the channel. So this will not be a surprise, but will not be here next weekend. It's a little summer vacation with Mrs. Dave. Not just a weekend, so I will be around the following weekend, but I will no stream next weekend. No stream next weekend. Am I going to England to see Penge again? No, we're just going... without revealing locations or leaving more internet breadcrumbs, we're just doing like a weekend away. It's like a weekend trip. We're leaving Friday. We'll be back Sunday. Just like a little summer weekend kind of thing. No, we're not jetting off to England. But yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks. Okay, in 2 weeks, when everyone will have already beaten RimWorld and I'll be way far behind. But hey, that is what it is. Michelle, I know, Michelle, it's okay. I'll be back in 2 weeks. I do need a vacation. I do need a break. Would be very, very welcome right now. Not from you guys. I love doing this, but from just stuff in general. So, long story short, no stream next weekend. Definitely back the following weekend. So we will be back in 2 Fridays from now. And we'll start this all up again. Guys, thank you so very, very much for coming along and watching this thing. I'm glad I remembered about my vacation, because Mrs. Dave would kill me if I didn't mention that. Well, she wouldn't. She'd just sort of frown and go, thank you so much for watching this. I have an amazing time doing this. I will see you in 2 weeks from now live. And then other than that, you guys know where to find me. Goodbye.